Let's helps if I. Mm,
Did you intentionally mean to spell Guardians of the Galaxy wrong?
no, did I fucking spell it wrong?
Uh, Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oops, I wasn't paying attention at the time. So we don't have a name for this yet. Give me a minute. Double feature. King Arthur Dan Alien. That's what I just put.
King Arthur versus aliens.
Okay.
God, that sounds like it should be a movie.
Okay, you want to tweet this out and tag me in it so that way I
Yeah,
can.
yeah, I'm working on it right now.
I actually, that's what the name is. It's King Arthur versus Aliens. It's called Double Feature King Arthur versus Aliens. Okay, we got two assholes watching.
Love the
Okay.
hateful.
What's up, Laura? What's up, Hateful? Holy fucking
Oh,
shit.
Jesus.
Oh god, why did that pop up? I forgot he missed his KKK meeting. Oh.
Is Arthur spelled with a U?
What?
Is Arthur spelled with a U?
Arthur. Why are you asking me? I can't spell galaxy.
That's true. Why am I asking the illiterate one?
Okay. Well, anyways, guys, welcome to the show. We're doing a long show apparently because we're idiots. We've got quite a bit on the docket tonight. Today, actually, it's not nighttime for me yet. So today we're going to be talking about the Dark Tower trailer, and we're going to be doing a little bit of a discussion kind of on the Dark Tower. We're doing the Hitman's Bodyguard, which is it's got Ryan Reynolds and Samuel L. Jackson. Is that Samuel L. Jackson?
Samuel Jackson.
I don't know. I think it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Okay, I'm an idiot.
I
We're
mean, you
also
can't tell by his look of complete disinterest in most things.
yeah, that's true. So, and then we're doing War for the Planet of the Apes. Oh, look, Carl Tuna's here. Hi, Carl Tuna. We're gonna
Hey,
talk.
buddy.
We're gonna talk about War for the Planet of the Apes. We're gonna talk about the new Mummy movie and my complete and utter disinterest in it. Um, we're gonna be doing a quick discussion on the movie Baby Driver.
Which I don't think either of us really know how to feel about it.
Yeah, it's confusing. And then we actually went and saw two movies in the past couple weeks.
King
Uh,
Arthur and Alien Covenant.
yeah, because we didn't. I don't think we did a show last week because of my work
No,
schedule.
because yeah. If you didn't know, Subby's work schedule is a fucktard. So
Well, in 7 days I work 6 out of them. And the only day I usually end up with off every week is Sundays, but I have to sleep during the day on the weeks that I work. And then I'll have an entire week off. So it's kind of weird. I'm gonna see about maybe changing it up and doing like maybe Sunday, Monday, Tuesday every week or something like that. But then we've got King Arthur, the Legend of the Sword or some shit like that, and then Alien Covenant that we went and saw. So we've got quite a bit to talk about today. So we're not going to be doing a game stream after this. We may do a game stream in a day or two, but tonight we're just talking about game or movies. It's all the movies that we're talking about.
trailers and whatnot and all the like.
Yeah. So let's just go ahead and start off with the Dark Tower trailer. Or should I actually kind of Yeah, let's talk about the trailer first.
Yeah, because I have no real depth in the book series at all,
Yeah, you haven't read the book series.
and I'm actually watching the trailer. I want to get more interested in it.
So the trailer, okay. So you know that I pride myself on being able to separate things from their source material, right?
Yeah,
This is one of those times where I'm finding it very, very difficult to do that because seriously, reading the books, I mean, you've said it, and everybody who hasn't read it, you know somebody who has, and they tell you to read it, right? You constantly hear that. Hey, you should read it. Well, what's it about? I mean, you said this earlier. What's it about? You know, you just got to read it. And
I get that so fucking much.
so, but watching the trailer, honestly, that trailer makes me want to see this movie because I was having a very difficult time separating the trailer or the idea of the movie and the book series. But this, well, that and I didn't know how they were going to do the first book into a movie, and it doesn't look like they're going to. They're just kind of skipping ahead a little bit, and that's perfectly fine because the first book is literally just the gunslinger walking through the desert. That's all it is. Following a guy.
Hmm.
He has a conversation with them, and he finds the kid. That's about it. Um, but this, there's obviously gunfighting going on. He drops bullets from, drops bullets and they go directly into his revolver.
God, it's some of the I love gunplay in movies, and that was some of the most satisfying gunplay I've seen in a long time.
Yeah, it looks beautiful.
And just that one scene where the guy's running, and you see that scene like a bunch of times. You've seen it in like League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, but it's always with a rifle.
Hmm.
Does it with a fucking revolver, man. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
Oh God, it looks fantastic, and I feel like because before I was not sure if I was going to be able to separate the two. You know what I mean?
So definitely for sure you're on locks with this.
I feel like I'd be able to separate it, and even if it's a bad movie, which just looking at it, it does not look like it's going to be bad. It looks like it's going to be fucking epic, and
Yep.
I don't think it's going to be necessarily true to the story, to the source material, but
Well,
I
obviously
think
you can't have it be completely set with the source material. That's just not going to happen.
well, I mean, like I okay, so let me describe to you kind of the way that the best way I can think of to describe um, the book series. Imagine a western a western premise set in post-apocalyptic times.
God, that's one of my favorite styles of movie actually.
Post-apocalyptic.
Probably one of the reasons why I kind of like Book of Eli.
Well, so what I mean by this is it's set. I think it's technically in a separate universe. Oh, hey Thrax.
Well, they said there are two different worlds.
Yeah, it's set in a different world, and it's post-apocalyptic for their world. Like their civilization in some places advanced so far, but they still have gunslingers, and gunslingers are almost revered as um, they're like legends. And he Roland is actually the last gunslinger.
Mm. So I'm guessing there was a major event that occurred.
Well, they just died out. The
Uh,
world is the world is ending basically. And there's because they kind of touch on it a little bit in the trailer, I believe. There's um almost like wires that are holding the fabric of the universe together, the fabric of all realities together. And they there's a force or a person trying to break the bonds. You know what I mean? Trying to break those cables. I forget what they're called in the books,
No, I get what you're saying though.
but it's a really interesting premise. Hey, Chagrin.
Hey.
I mean, like there's parts of it where it's set. It feels almost medieval with guns, but then there are parts where they go into this city and it's a futuristic city with this futuristic train and it's it's beautiful, like the way that it works out. It's just amazing.
So essentially, the premise is this kid, he sees this other world, and he gets he somehow finds a way to communicate with them while to help stop the plot of this. I think they call him the Dark Man.
Yeah, yeah, because that's what they call him in several other of Stephen King's books and movies. If you ever watched the movie or the miniseries from back in the '90s, The Stand, they mentioned him as the Dark Man. It's the same character that's going through all these different timelines and worlds.
Wait, I'm not super familiar with Stephen King's work. So are all of those worlds interconnected?
Not every book that he's written is interconnected, but most of them are.
Okay.
There's an entire series of books and movies set in Castle Rock, um, like and then there's a lot of them set in this town called Derry, and Derry, it's in Maine. I think it's a fake city in Maine where the fabrics between the world is just thinner there, so sometimes things come through.
Getcha.
It, he really does. He interconnects it all really well.
So, any final words you want to talk about on Dark Tower trailer before we move on?
I'm excited. I'm very excited for this movie.
I think we both are
Yeah,
for our own reasons, but I think we're both very excited for it.
yeah, and that'll definitely be one that we go see. I think.
So next up,
Yeah. Oh, and Hateful. Yeah, Hateful brings it up. The guy's actual name is Flag, I believe. So the next up is the Hitman's Bodyguard.
oh god,
So how would you describe this? I mean, it looks almost like a buddy cop movie in a way.
yeah, it's like if I want to say it's like Deadpool meets Buddy Cop because I think that's the only character. I think that's the only character that Ryan Reynolds can play anymore.
The buddy cop role.
No, the Deadpool esque role.
Well, I think that I don't know the way that it feels to me. I mean, yeah, you're right. He does have that, but he's always played that type of character. You
Oh
know,
yeah, that's true. Where it's like
don't give a shit.
the don't give a shit, dark, funny, slightly retarded.
Oh, hey Wendy, how's it going?
Howdy.
Um, so, but I don't know. It seems like he almost plays like an amateur assassin, almost like somebody who was in training at one point in this, the most deadly assassin in the world, just has no patience for him whatsoever because he just thinks he's a joke.
Yeah, it's like I fucking killed all these motherfuckers. I've had to go through all this danger. What the fuck you gonna do? Then just
Yeah.
fucking punches him square in the face.
Yeah, that was fucking hilarious.
Yeah. And
So,
it just like there's little tidbits in that movie that are just amazing. Like, uh, and then this is it Celine Dion who sings that song in the trailer?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's a Celine
No, wait,
Dion
no, it's
song.
not. No, it's not. It's
Oh,
from the original Bodyguard movie, though. Who the fuck sang that? It's the "And I Will Always Love You."
yeah, that fucking thing. And they play that during the whole thing. And there's one scene where they're like flying through the air, and Ryan Reynolds is losing his shit, and Samuel L. Jackson's just looking like it's like he's on a road trip that he didn't want to be on at all. Yeah,
Oh
Whitney
God.
Houston.
I mean, this movie, it's like it's a buddy cop esque, but I think it's buddy bad guy.
Yeah, pretty much.
Um, but there's one part in this in the trailer that I saw where he's like looking at this. He's looking off this building, and he's like, "You can't make that jump looking at a dumpster." And Samuel L. Jackson, all you do is just see him run past him and jump, and then he hits the scaffolding and just falls and hits.
See,
Uh-huh.
he survives this time as opposed to the other guys where him and The Rock jump off a building like that's like 12 stories high.
Yeah. Oh, Carl Tuna, he said it's Whitney Houston that sings that song.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you, Carl. Appreciate that.
But yeah, he like flies off this building, hits some scaffolding, nails about every piece of scaffolding on the way down, and then lands in the dumpster.
And
It's
he only half lands in the dumpster. He hits the side. That was so fucked. That was funny. Oh, apparently Celine Dion did do it,
oh,
but the version that they played was Whitney. So, oh
but yeah, it just looks like a great fucking film.
yeah. Okay, so do we want to talk about the War for the Planet of the Apes?
I mean, we can like do a quick overview of it.
So, okay, I really like these movies. I
He has much more interest in it than I do.
we'll put it this way. I I'm excited for the movie, but not as excited as I was for the second one. This one looks like it's almost like they're trying to play the humans as Nazis, but it looks like at some point during the movie the apes and the humans both split off and they form two separate factions where you have the humans that want to kill the apes that want to kill the humans, and then the humans and apes that want to work together.
Yeah. After watching, I'm kind of interested in seeing it a little bit, but I just never had any interest in watching it whatsoever.
Um, did you ever play, what was that game? It was a mobile game, and then they have it on Steam now as well.
Probably not, because I can't get into mobile games.
Oh, well, it was really good. It's called Pandemic, and it was actually based off
Oh
of.
no! Pandemic, I played the fuck out of that one. That's the only one that I ever play.
Really?
Dude, it's so much fuck. It's because I get to kill the entire population of the world.
You know that entire premise for that game was based off of the end of this trilogy, the end of the first movie when it shows it jumping everywhere around the world.
Really?
Yeah, that entire game was based off of the end of that movie. And I don't know, I really liked it. It's a good.
I know that they added like the Planet of the Apes thing, but I thought Pandemic was around a lot longer than that movie started.
Well, the first one, it wasn't too long ago. I mean, it was quite a while ago. It was probably like 6 years ago.
Maybe. Either way.
Okay, so moving on from that, I don't know. It looks good. The action looks great. I'm excited, kind of. Like I said, not as excited as I was for the first or for the second one, because the first one I didn't even see it in theaters, but I saw the second one in theaters and it was really good. Now the Mummy.
Uh,
Oh, don't fucking lie! You're excited because Tom Cruise.
Fuck Tom Cruise. Fuck Scientology for that matter.
No,
Fuck them all, they're fucking dirty assholes.
this is not what you said to me earlier. You said you're excited because you like the Tom Cruise action movie. You don't necessarily like him. Tom Cruise is a douche, and we all know that. But
Hey, well, I like fucking Edge of Tomorrow. Okay, yeah, I like some of his action movies. They're pretty good. But Tom Cruise as a person is a piece of shit.
well, yeah,
But my god, Edge of Tomorrow. Oh, it's so good.
yeah.
I mean, the source material for that is so fucking good. It's such a great fucking light novel. I'm getting way off topic. Anyways,
Well, no, I mean because it is based off of off of something that you were talking about earlier, and I only kind of half paid attention.
Yeah.
It's Japanese, right?
Yeah, it's a Japanese light novel called All You Need Is Kill. And it's the same premise essentially, but there's just different aspects of it that change.
Wait, what were we talking about? Oh, yeah,
The
no.
Mummy.
Yeah, we're way off topic.
I told you I was off topic, motherfucker.
Is it sad that I'm looking at the list and I'm like, where are we on the list? So,
Anyways, the Mummy. It's the this is essentially a remake of a remake. Originally, there was the old Mummy movie, and then it was remade, and there's the Brendan Fraser one, which is fucking fantastic.
it's a modern classic, in my opinion.
Uh,
Shut your fucking face. Don't fuck with me on this.
no, I'm not saying it's
Just messing
not.
with you.
I just don't think it's that good. Then what can I say? I've not watched Shawshank Redemption.
Yeah, how do you know? Oh, God.
He gives me so much shit for this.
You know, I bought that
swear
movie.
to fucking God.
So I let Tanuki use my Amazon Prime for my Amazon Video, and the fucker doesn't even have the common courtesy to watch the movie that I bought, so that way he could watch it. I bought the shit 2 months ago. It's just sitting there.
See, the thing is, I have to watch it this week because my dad's coming down, and my dad every time he comes down, he has two questions he always asks me. He goes, "How are you doing?" And then the next thing he asks is, "Have you watched Godfather and Shawshank Redemption yet?"
Have you not watched Godfather either?
No.
You know, I buy all the movies on there. You can buy one this time.
Hey, I will buy.
Or just buy
one
the
movie.
DVD. I don't need to see it again. I've seen it a dozen times.
Yeah, I'll buy the DVD collection.
But
Yeah.
oh, which by the way, I bought Logan on there, so you can watch
No
that.
shit. Oh man, I may have to watch that tonight.
But you can
Okay.
pre-order the John Wick 2. That's all you.
Oh, bullshit. You're gonna get on that as soon as it comes out.
Yeah, you can pre-order it right now. I tried to do it the other day, but I have to actually do it online. So
So yeah.
I'm just fucking with you. Anyways,
Back to the Mummy.
back
Yeah,
to
we really don't want to talk about this.
no, because it looks like a good action movie, but it's not The Mummy. They can suck my balls. I don't care. I do not want to see this movie at all.
I'm curious. I see it. I just see it and go, man, this looks fucking dumb. But at the same time, I just kind of want to watch it to see how bad it is.
Like,
It's kind of like when we watched Dear White People the other day.
God, yeah, we watched
We-
the first episode of that. So there was that. I mean, honestly, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be.
It was interesting. It's very cringy.
At
to
the
be
beginning
sure,
and the end of
but-
the first episode was both very cringy, but it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, and on top of that, it even though it did like play to some narratives that are out in the world, it was also like, oh, some of these people are just kind of forced in these roles.
Yeah.
And then other people just they act different ways in private than they do out in public.
Mm-hmm.
And they had to force these masks on themselves almost,
Yeah.
which I thought was very interesting.
Well, I mean, that's the way that people are in real life too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know. Anyways, The Mummy. I think that the action looks okay. That's the only thing I'm looking forward to is the action. I don't like the way that they made the Mummy look. Like, as far as the person that they got to play the Mummy, I mean, she's fine. She's pretty and everything, but you know, they have this part where her pupils or her iris splits into two on in one eye, and it
which
just
is cool, but at the same time,
it
that's
makes
fucking pointless.
yeah, it makes no sense. I mean, unless she's actually gonna split into two different people, makes no sense. There's no point.
I guess it's like supposed to look like spider eyes. But at the same time, it's fucking dumb because that would just confuse your senses.
Yeah, and she can control all the animals or something, and they use the from the very first movie they use the wall of sand to make it a face, and I'm very very
It
not
looks
looking.
very, 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 very bad, but that just makes me curious of how bad.
Yeah,
Because with Power Rangers, it was easy to tell. We have the Power Ranger standard now, which is nice.
yeah, we do. So on a scale of let's see what do we got? Um, what's the best? Oh, okay. On a scale from Power Rangers to Kong Skull Island.
Ooh, how bad could this movie be?
Yeah, obviously Skull Island is fantastic. It's 10 on this scale. I mean, I think honestly, okay, wait. If you were to rate Skull Island on a scale from 1 to 10.
I give it about like a 9.
Yeah, I was going to say like an 8.5. It was a fantastic movie. Now, Power Rangers was probably a 3.
Yeah, even as bad as we constantly say it is, it wasn't the worst movie I've ever seen in my life.
No. I mean,
Assassin's Creed was close.
don't get me wrong. I was sitting there the entire movie. I was texting Tanuki, and I'm like, "Can I just go home?"
And I said no because I sat through that shit, and you're gonna sit through that shit.
Yep. Okay, so I don't know. The Mummy, the trailer for it looks okay. The
I'd say I give it like maybe a 4.
yeah,
No, no, 3.
I was gonna say like a 4. Yeah.
3, 4.
Okay, so Baby Driver. Speaking of things that we're not sure about, Baby
Oof.
Driver. Okay, so
This feels like Drive, but a younger Drive.
you want to know what it feels like to me?
Well,
It feels like the transporter.
yeah, yeah, like a low end transporter.
Yeah, like the transporter meets 8 Mile.
And his whole thing is that his parents died or something, and he got like a hum in his ear that doesn't stop, and so he listens to music, and listening to music helps drown out everything else, so he just focuses on driving.
Yeah.
Which, in my opinion, I think that's fucking stupid. But
I mean, it looks like a good car chase movie, but the premise of the story itself.
it's fucking
Shut the
stupid.
fuck up! Oh, God damn it! My fucking AC. I know you can hear it, and you're too nice to say anything about it. But that AC, it fucking annoys me.
Yeah, he bitches about it all the time. No
Oh.
fucking lie.
Anyways, so what were you saying?
I was saying it the it looks good. The problem is the story sounds like it's gonna fall flat.
Yeah, the premise of the everything but the car chases. I'm not looking forward to that part. I'm looking forward to good car chases. That's all I'm looking forward to in this movie.
I mean, probably Transport is up there, but I think one of my favorite movies is Transporter 3.
3, really?
Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
I like transport. Wait, which one? Wait, which one was the one with the biohazard kid? That was 2, right? 3 was the one with the Russian chick.
Yeah,
I like number 2 best.
I hated number 2.
Really?
Yeah, maybe it's because I only got to watch it on my PSP.
Wait, you know what? Actually, there's one fight scene in the first one that I really liked, and it wasn't even because of the fighting. I mean, the fighting was good,
Wait,
but
was it the oil scene?
no, 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 no. That's
No.
actually one of my favorite fight scenes in general. But the way that they pair the music and when he goes back after they try and blow him up, when he goes back to the mansion, and he's fighting.
Uh,
They have that really cool. I don't even know what it was. It's honestly, if I heard that music normally, I'd just be like, "This is garbage." But the way that they paired it, it's almost like the dubstep in John Wick 2.
oh wow! Now you
But
mention that, yeah.
it's not the same music, but the way that they paired it, it worked out really well. You know what I mean?
I get you.
Okay, so during this next part, I'm not going to be saying a whole lot. I'll just mention the things that I remember from the movie.
Because he fell asleep in the middle of it.
Yeah, well, no, it was towards the end, but I was tired the whole time. So
Well, that's not really going to matter because, we decided we're going to stop giving out play-by-play of every movie that we do now.
yeah. So the next movie we're going to talk about, actually, this is going by a lot faster than I thought it was going to be.
Well, essentially, when we talked about the Mummy, we talked about everything except the Mummy, and then we kind of did the same with Baby Driver.
Yeah.
Yeah, Thrax, I gotta agree. Baby Driver is basically an attempt at a movie version of the game Driver.
Hmm.
Like now that you mention that, I can clearly see it.
Except the kid's a teenager. He's like 17.
Which is that's even more dumb.
Yeah, they made the.
Because 16-year-olds are fucking amazing drivers.
Yeah, no shit, right? I mean, the kid almost seems autistic, honestly.
Anyways,
So, anyways, back to Arthur. Um,
you want to mention anything about the stuff you do remember?
oh God, so I think that they made some bad choices.
They made some very bad choices.
They made mages a different race almost. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. There's a lot of movies that kind of play that card. Uh,
I think this one did it badly.
yeah. Then on top of that, they basically turned the hero's journey into flash cuts.
Yeah, I mean, so he gets sent. He grows up in a brothel, which we were. I thought he was gonna go live on a fucking farm, and then he becomes. He grew up in a brothel.
See, this is exactly how I predicted it would be.
What, the
I,
brothel?
he No, no, no. How? Remember when we were talking about these trailers before when we saw them?
Yeah.
I said clearly, well, what's gonna happen is his both parents are gonna die. He's gonna end up living off the streets,
Yeah.
not really remembering what his legacy was. And they come after him because the stone finally appears. Now
Hmm.
they didn't come after him because of who his legacy was, but it did end up being that way, in a sense.
Yeah. Well, the funny thing is in the story, the way that it goes, they he goes to everybody goes through and they're trying to pull the sword, and but in the movie, a couple people are trying to pull the sword, but then they have to like basically conscript everybody to come and just pull the fucking sword, try and pull on the sword.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a forced thing, but that's not the way it was supposed to be. It was supposed to be almost like a chance encounter. He was there and he tried to pull the sword and it came out and the thing had been there for years and all this stuff, and that's just not the way it worked. It
Yeah.
didn't it did not play well.
Well, I'm gonna spoil it a little bit, but the way the sword ends up in the stone,
God, that was garbage. I was gonna mention it, but I wasn't sure.
yeah, I'll fuck it. If people want to throw shade my way, I don't care because it needs to be stated. The way the sword ends up in the stone is that this creature attacks his father,
Arthur's
Arthur's
father.
father, and like right before the creature kills him, he throws the sword up in the air, kneels down, and the sword pierces through his body, and then he becomes the stone.
Yeah. So the sword was made by Merlin, who was he's one of the
The
most
greatest
powerful.
mage.
Yeah, he was the most powerful mage. And oh God, Mordred is obviously the evil mage who comes and he's trying to kill everybody.
Yeah, the problem was they wrapped that up real quickly at the beginning.
Yeah,
Like this
and
was basically a oh, we took bits and pieces from the source material.
yeah, well, and the way that they made it look, they so Mordred dies, like he decides to kill himself, but the way that they made it look was Mordred, and I don't know if this is actually what happened, so don't tell me, or well, don't tell them. You can tell me afterwards. But Mordred transports himself into the younger, uh, into Arthur's younger son, younger brother. You know, if you want just yeah, whatever. You can tell me afterwards, but that's the way they made it look. I don't know if that's what happened, and I
No,
don't.
what happened was Arthur's father ends up killing Mordred, but the reason he got corrupted was because Arthur's brother was in cahoots with them, and he was dealing with dark forces
Oh yeah,
and
because
dark
he went
magic.
and he yeah okay. They explain all that pretty early anyway, so you're not really giving anything away. I forgot he went to study with the mages
Yeah,
as like a peace offering type thing.
yeah. So he started developing like I don't know, like a seed of evil within him. That's the best way I can describe it.
Yeah, I don't know. The action looked okay.
The
Um,
problem was Guy Ritchie filmed this. Well, he was the director for this. And if you're not familiar with Guy Ritchie, which if you're not, you should really get familiar with him because his other works are fantastic. But he produced, no, he directed Revolver, Lock, Stock, Two Smoking Barrels, Snatch, both Sherlock Holmes films. He's a great director. The problem I was seeing is that he tried to use his usual directing style with this movie, and as a period piece, it was just a wrong way to go with it.
yeah, honestly, like the King Arthur that came out, I think it was like 2009, 2010. In my opinion, was a superior film to this. I know you haven't seen it, but I have, and it's a superior film in my opinion.
Period pieces are they're tricky. If you try to go like too modern with them, then they just kind of fall on their ass.
Well, and the problem is they tried to do a period piece inside of a fantasy plot,
Yeah,
and it went too far into the fantasy to be a period piece, but it went too far into the period piece to be a fantasy.
and then on top of that, they also use like a lot of very modern plot style, I guess.
Yeah,
If you watch Sherlock Holmes, it felt like kind of the stylistic ways they did that.
yeah.
It's hard to explain without
So
actually seeing it.
basically, Guy Ritchie did Guy Ritchie.
Yeah, yeah, and don't get me wrong. Normally, I fucking love Guy Ritchie's style. It did not work for this film.
Wait, wait a sec. I think we're pretty far ahead of everybody because Thrax is asking about Merlin.
Yeah, it was a great film.
No. Oh, is he asking about the film Merlin when I'm talking about the King Arthur? I'm talking about the one with Clive Owen. I believe that's who it was. I'm gonna look it up now.
Also, we're talking about King Arthur based movies. Merlin was really just focused towards Merlin,
Oh
which
wow!
that movie is fantastic.
By the way, that movie that I keep talking about is a 2004 movie,
Okay,
and
uh,
honestly, it got a shit reception, and in my opinion, it shouldn't have. It should have gotten a better reception. I thought it was a good movie. I liked it. But no, I'm talking about the Clive Owen film. It was so good.
Speaking
Anyways,
of, yeah, the film Merlin, that movie was amazing. Love that one. It's really fucking long, but it's amazing.
I never saw it.
You really should.
I
It,
probably should.
it's it's fantastic. Anyways, whatever happened to Clive Owen? He was big for a while, and then he just kind of fell off.
You want to know what I think happened? Shoot 'em up happened. I think that's what hurt him the most.
What's wrong with Shoot 'Em Up?
Nothing. It's a great movie, but it has no plot.
Yeah, that's the best part about it.
I know, but a lot of people don't get it.
That's fucking That thing was a fucking masterpiece.
I, I,
Oh,
I,
so...
I liked it. You want to know what my favorite Clive Owen movie is though?
What?
What is that one? Children of Men.
I I've been meaning to watch that.
Seriously, dude, how do you not see all the movies ever?
I do see movies, but there's some movies that are just like if it gets real serious sometimes, I just have no desire to watch it.
It's post-apocalyptic.
Hey, guess what? You don't have to like every post-apocalyptic movie.
Yes, you do. That's not a true statement. You have to. It's a law.
No, you don't. No, it's not.
It's a rule, and on this podcast, that's a rule.
Hey, well, guess what? You can fuck off with your rule.
No, you don't actually. You really don't, because there's a lot of them that I fucking hate. But that was a good one, though. It was actually a really cool premise. I mean, so basically the premise of the movie is people can no longer have children. So the youngest person alive is the most famous person alive. Okay, well, Clive Owen, he's just trying to be non-political, just a guy. That's all he wants to be. Well, he comes across this woman who is pregnant.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's a really good movie. I liked it. I don't know, whatever. But yeah, the human race is dying, and it's dying slowly. According to that movie, in that movie.
Well, obviously, science if you don't have. Well, it's going to die eventually if you can't reproduce.
Exactly. And then suddenly there's a woman who can.
And with how retarded people are, I'm not surprised. I thought it would end a lot faster.
There, like the very beginning of the movie, there's like a suicide bombing in a cafe. So,
Jeez. Now, I think we're good to start on Alien Covenant.
Yeah. So,
we'll do like a little quick wrap up of King Arthur because we didn't really talk on a whole lot. It's okay. I wouldn't recommend going to see it, but it's not god awful.
I was extremely disappointed, but that's only because I had such high hopes for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it looked good in the trailer, but after watching it, it just kind of just a whole lot of like fast cuts or flash cuts. It really just toned down the flow of the movie.
Okay, so from what I remember of it, you want to know what my favorite part of that movie was?
What?
When they're asking Arthur, when they're trying to figure out, what was it? What happened with the Vikings?
Oh, see, that's when Guy Ritchie did it, right? But that would have been a better movie if it hadn't been King Arthur.
Yeah.
I want to watch that fucking movie.
Yeah, I think that, the way that they were trying to explain it, and, oh, Mike, are you talking about St. Michael or blah, 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 all these things, and no, Mike from the Dock or whatever. It was so cool. I mean, and the way that I don't know, the way that conversation happened was fantastic. I think that the rest of the movie was okay.
Well, it's because he had to hit certain points in the movie.
Yeah.
That and the Lady of the Lake. That was like they didn't even need to have that in there.
Yeah. And I was very disappointed with part of that, actually. There were no titties in that entire scene. None. I was looking. Although I think you kind of catch, I mean, well, you don't see nipples. You see side boob a lot, but that's about it. But that fat chick, oh my God. Like, she was like disgusting fat.
Ursula.
Yeah, it was Ursula, basically. But I don't know. I mean, the special effects were good. I wish there was more. You know me. I'm a really big proponent for live action effects instead of CGI.
Yeah, practical effects.
Yeah, that's the word I meant. There were not enough practical effects in this movie for my taste.
So overall, recommend, don't recommend?
I'd say it was a nice 5 out of 10.
Yeah, it's a good average movie.
Yeah, it's an average movie. It's not the best. It's definitely not the worst. You know.
Now, Alien Covenant though.
Oh God, Alien Covenant. So, I need to preface this with saying that I went into the movie realizing I don't remember a lot about Prometheus, and I love Prometheus.
Well, I went in knowing nothing about Prometheus because I didn't watch Prometheus. He's judging me right now.
You know, I think we picked a wrong premise for this show.
we should just we should just talk about all the movies I've not watched.
Which is all the movies.
Hey, I've watched a lot of movies. They're just not all the movies that I probably should have watched.
Seriously, what movies do you watch?
Let's see. I watch a lot of foreign films, a lot of comedies, and a lot of B-listers.
Stop it.
Well, my habit was, because I was trying to save money at the time, I would go to like Walmart FYE and buy all the movies that cost like $3.
Yeah, I know, I get it.
And so I'd watch all those movies, and then when I got bored because I didn't have internet at the time, and I fucking hated TV because you never got really good fucking films, and I'd always end up watching like stuff I could buy at the store.
Yeah, and I get that, but you're not poor anymore.
I'm not poor anymore, but you know what? When you have a habit of saving money, it sticks with you, God damn it.
Oh, God. So, anyways, seeing as Tanuki has not seen
it. We'll take a day off. We'll figure it out, and we'll just go on Rabbit, and we'll watch all the fucking movies that I've not fucking watched. How's that?
We're going to need more than a day. We're going to need like a month. Can you schedule a month off?
I can swing it, maybe.
No, no, there's a few movies, you know, we got to get you caught up on the pop culture.
Yeah. Anyways.
Okay. So
the thing is, I don't have to watch Prometheus to like this movie or enjoy it.
No, you don't. You really don't. Yes.
I'm not always useless, Laura. I'm not always useless. It's just sometimes with popular films I'm useless because I like watching a lot of obscure shit.
Laura, he's not always useless. We need a doorstop sometime.
God. Fuck you. You've never watched Dynamite Warrior. That's the best bad movie ever. Fuck you.
There's a movie called Dynamite Warrior?
Yes. God, yes. It's so bad, but it's so good that it's bad.
Wait. Why is there a movie called Dynamite Warrior?
Now, here's the real question. Why is there a movie called Dynamite Warrior and you've not watched it?
Why did you watch it?
Because it looked interesting. And sometimes that's all it takes for me.
Holy shit. Why are we having this conversation?
There's a reason it's called the Radical Tangent.
Okay. So, okay.
Have you watched Pootie Tang?
No, but I've heard of it. That one I've heard of.
Well, fuck you.
Okay, so
What
here.
about Ladies Man? Have you watched Ladies Man?
Yes, I did. I actually like that movie.
I fucking love that film.
It's one of the few times that I like Will Ferrell.
Me and Jim got together to wrestle on the weekend, both naked, covered in oil, bodies smashed against each other during our Greco-Roman wrestling sessions, like two hot gods clashing against each other in great, sweaty, hard combat.
So, okay, speaking of that movie, like I said, it's one of the few times that I liked Will Ferrell. I don't really like Will Ferrell that much. I like him in supporting roles or cameo roles, like when he did. Did you ever see what's that used car salesman movie?
Used cars.
Where
I know the one you're talking about. I just never watched it because I was just completely disinterested in it.
no, Carl Tuna, no. I have not seen a Medea movie, and I will not see the Medea movie.
I'm in the same boat. Yeah,
So
I'll watch an Ernest Goes To movie.
yeah, I like Ernest. Ernest is dead though, so we're not getting any more of those.
Yeah, that's the sad thing is we'll do a retro review sometime.
Yeah, we should. Um, wait, what? There was something.
But yeah, Will Ferrell was good in a couple movies.
You want to know what my favorite Will Ferrell movie is? Is
I swear to God, he thinks Step Brothers.
no, Stranger Than Fiction. I hate Step Brothers. Step Brothers is a shit
my
movie.
God, I fucking love Stranger Than Fiction.
It was such a good movie. I think he's a much better dramatic actor than he is comedic actor.
I think he tries too hard sometimes with his comedic stuff. And
Yeah,
watching him just like have it like subtle humor was a lot better.
Yeah, the dark humor. It was so
Yeah,
good.
and one of my favorite parts of that movie is like he comes up to the shop and the girl's there. She's, "What do you want? Get the hell away!" And he goes, "Oh, I wanted to give you these things. Are you trying to bribe me?" He goes, "No, I just thought you'd like it. They're flowers." The first time I heard that, I was wondering what he said. There was, oh wait, she's a baker. That's actual flour for baking. And it's just like I didn't get the context of it.
Yeah. So
So
Alien. It okay. So I didn't really remember very much about Prometheus. Like I said, I'm an idiot. I forget things really easily.
me both.
Well, which is why I don't know why we decided to do this, because I forget things all the time. Like I forgot the movies right after I saw them. I had to sit there and think about these movies before we started this.
By the way, was that movie called The Goods?
Yes. Yes, it was.
Well, there you go. Anyways, continuing.
At least I think it was. I'm not sure. So Prometheus. I'm done talking. You can go ahead.
Alien Covenant. It's essentially the story begins with the Covenant ship.
Wait, actually, the story begins with that teaser trailer, because that's not in the movie. Did you notice that?
No.
That teaser trailer, that like 7-minute long teaser trailer, is not in the movie.
Oh, the one with David.
The one where James Franco is in it.
James Franco.
Not James Franco. Fucking one of the Franco brothers. What the fuck's his name? The guy who was they're talking.
Wait, was this a trailer we watched before?
Yeah, the one that we did a thing on.
Yeah, that was Franco.
Yeah, what the fuck's his name?
James Franco.
That's what I said, right?
Yeah, I thought you were talking about the scene with Guy Pearce.
No. The scene in that trailer where, they're all drinking and everything like that.
Yeah, and it's like a small little thing coming together.
Yeah, that's not in the movie anywhere.
Yeah, I know, which was weird.
So, before you go and see I'm done talking again. Before you go see
Before you go see Alien Covenant, go see the 7 minute long trailer.
because it's not in the movie. It's actually a setup for the movie.
Yeah. And I think there really is a Country Roads trailer out there. I couldn't find it anywhere.
But yeah, um, that actually sets up part of the story, and that's actually a genius plan.
I kind of like the idea of filming a trailer that has none of the scenes in the movie,
Yeah,
but has the same feel of the movie. That way, you're not spoiling anything in the movie at all.
yeah. So, anyways, they're basically
Not
pick,
confident in your words.
yeah. The movie picks up about 10 years after the first one, after Prometheus,
Yeah.
and it's basically about 15 people. They're part of this crew, and that includes a another android. It's an upgraded version of David from Prometheus. They're flying through space. They're going to this world to colonize, and they get hit by a electromagnetic like burst or something while they're trying to refuel, and it downs their ship for a while, right?
Yeah.
And then they
Causes this big disaster and causes the crew to have to wake up.
yeah, and it kills one of them. It kills James Franco's character.
The captain, which is actually very important.
Yeah, and they, as they're fixing it, they come across this country road distress signal almost, and they go to find it, and that's where the movie kind of starts to pick up. So they go to the what are they called? The engineers' homeworld. Basically the gods. This was set up in the first movie. That's why it makes more sense if you had watched the first one. But okay, let's just go into kind of talking about the movie a bit. There's a couple different xenomorphs in this movie. Did you notice that?
Yeah, and I'm guessing the reason for that is because he was trying to breed the xenomorphs that we were familiar with today.
Well, there is one thing that I did notice. I didn't even notice it. I saw a thing about it right before we started. The old xenomorphs they're almost biomechanical. They have some mechanical parts in their bodies.
Are you talking about the ones that we're familiar with from the original movies, or
Yeah.
are you talking about like
Yeah.
the prototype ones from this movie?
No. We're talking about from the original movies. So in the future, in this timeline, they have mechanical parts embedded into them.
Or they at least look that way.
Well, you know what? Let me see here. Let me open Google. Come here, Google. Original xenomorphs images. No, that's not the one I'm looking for. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna go ahead and
Laura, real quick, the Cursed Bong movie, that was Evil Bong. And that is a special kind of bad movie.
okay, so I'm gonna share this with you. Holy fucking shit, really? Okay, can you see this?
Yeah.
So this is what it looks like. Everything right in here. I'm pointing at my screen with both my mouse and my finger.
Of course you are.
This is all biomechanical right there. This is all mechanics. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
But in this movie, even the xenomorphs, Okay, I'm gonna stop screen sharing.
They do look they look more organic in this film.
Yeah, I think I saw this thing. Anyways, so we've got these ones, the ones that are almost a pure type of xenomorph. Which there was another thing. Well, I don't want to ruin that, but um, there's the pure type of xenomorph, which is the black one that you see in this movie. It moves like a xenomorph, except it's fast. Well, it's super fast and it's really agile, just like the xenomorph that you know and love. But then there is the white xenomorph. Do you know which one I'm talking about? The one
Yeah,
that's
the ones that I refer to as like the prototypes,
yeah, the prototype xenomorphs.
and they were formed due to the black liquid. I'm not sure if it has a name. I just refer to it as a black liquid, but it for somehow it got organic roots and became like one of those mushrooms that you step on. They just explode with pores,
Yeah, the spore.
full of
Yeah,
spores. And so in this one, they weren't chest bursters. They were back splitters,
yeah.
which was
Well,
weird.
the first one came out of the back. The second one came out of the mouth.
Yeah, mouth bursters.
So they weren't all originally chest bursters like you see now. But they were white. They moved more human because they were actually a pure hybrid between the disease and and the humans, and then they're genetically modified to be more. They come out black. They explode through the chest. They've got the tentacles that come out of the back. It's your classic xenomorph. That's actually a genetically modified version of what a real xenomorph looks like. The prototype xenomorph.
Yeah, and they go much deeper into the forming of xenomorphs in this movie,
Yeah,
which that was what really made me like this movie.
I liked it. Oh my god, I love this movie. It was the white xenomorph looked human. Except there's one big difference about the white xenomorph. Did you notice? There are no eyes.
Well, technically, there's no eyes on the original xenomorphs either.
Well, they look. No, you're right. No, they don't have eyes. I'm an idiot. What the fuck am I talking about?
Jesus Christ, dude, get your shit together.
Well, actually, it does look like they have like a skull inside their head, but there's no eyes. You're right. That's
Yeah,
probably
yeah.
what I keep seeing.
So the it's weird seeing them because it's like seeing a monkey almost.
Which one? The white ones?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It, it's
Okay.
like you see this creature and it's curious yet it just attacks on just pure instinct.
You know what? There's one thing that I didn't really care for about this entire thing was the way that I mean I understand they're growing, they're still small, blah 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 blah, but then they're growing into these human, if not bigger size things. How? They're not eating anything. They're just doing. They're just growing like as if growth in anything requires no fuel. You know what I mean? It's just a thing that happens, and it's
Buddy,
not.
buddy, we're talking about a liquid that comes into the form and eventually gets bioengineered into a physical form.
You know what though? At least there can be some sort of premise for that. Fungus and things like that can grow into. Uh, you know what I mean? Have you ever seen zombie ants?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so a fungus basically takes over the body of an ant.
Yeah, cortisol.
Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, that. Yeah. and and it controls the ant and everything like that. And I get, so there's at least some basis for something like that in a way, but there is no basis in science for something growing from a thing that's less than a foot tall to a thing that's over 6 feet tall without eating and in the matter of hours.
Well, I mean, there's no science for a thing that latches onto your face, shoves eggs down your stomach, and then bursts out of your chest either.
Parasites.
Especially within hours.
Fuck you, all right?
All I'm saying is, yeah, Zombie Beavers was god awful. Anyways, yeah, I get what you're saying. It's nice when it has a scientific backing, but then sometimes you just have to go, you know what, fuck it.
Yeah.
And I know you, as well as I, have now gone this whole thing where we completely dissect movies now, no matter what we're watching.
I used to do that before, so.
I didn't before. Whenever I'm watching a movie with my mom, I have to pause it sometimes because I need to just stop and go on a rant about all the shit that's wrong with it.
Yeah.
And even if it's just like a dumb movie, I think I was like, for some reason, she got an itch. She wanted to watch like White Chicks or something, and I was just watching that film, critically studying it. I was critically studying White Chicks.
That was a garbage movie anyway, so do what you want.
Yeah. Anyways, there's got to be some point where you just gotta go, okay, I just gotta go with it.
Yeah, I mean, I need to learn how to do that. I have a hard time.
Okay, it did eat its way out of the chest, but what I'm saying is the formation of life within it happens so rapidly that I think that it's just not. It wouldn't happen in a few hours. Chagrin. That's a good question. That is a very good question, though.
And actually, that is pretty much what they say, or what it looks like. Is it does look like it's eating its way out of the chest because they are experiencing pain beforehand. But there's one big problem with that. They're all still alive while this is happening, but where that chest burster comes out is just about where the heart is, not where the stomach is, which is where that would end up going, is into the stomach. The stomach is just slightly lower, but where that thing is coming out, it's pretty much right where the heart sits. Why do I have to be in the medical field?
Now, Wendy, are you asking us what our favorite movies are, or just the chat? I'm just curious.
Oh God, if she asks us, I'm fucked.
God, you and me both, buddy.
Now I'm gonna have to think about that. But anyways, let's continue talking about Alien. We can worry about that. We'll do that here in a minute. So the action was good. The sci-fi was great. The plot actually it fixes a lot of the problems from Prometheus. It does leave a couple things, a couple
what were some
questions
of the
that pop
problems
up.
with Prometheus? Oh, what are our favorite movies?
Well, wait. Well, there were a couple questions in Prometheus that were just never answered, and that don't really go with the rest of the movies.
Okay, I get you.
You'll have to see it. A lot of people really hated it. I liked it. I thought it was a fun movie.
I heard mixed feelings.
But then again, I don't have the nostalgia factor. You know what I mean? The
You
nostalgia.
don't have, you're not as inclined with it as most people.
Yeah. Like I'm actually planning on going through and watching all of them in the order that they came out in, um, and seeing because all of the lore behind the movies, there's so many different contradictions as to where xenomorphs even came from.
Yeah, there was that whole bit where they were thought to be raised
The predators.
by the predators to be the ultimate prey and all that.
Yeah, and it just never worked.
Though I do like that premise.
Yeah, it was a cool premise. Did you ever see the movie Predators?
Yeah, I love that movie.
That movie was so good. It did not get nearly the praise that it should have. Okay, so let's okay, what do we want to do? Favorite movie or like a list? Because
We're gonna have to do a list because picking out our favorite movie is it's like how many drops of rain are there in the sky?
yeah, no shit, right? Okay, so for me, probably The Boondock Saints because I've seen that movie over 300 times. Um,
Now that you're thinking of it, you can't trying to think of them. It doesn't come too easy, does it?
no, I'm reading the chat. Um,
No.
the Predators didn't make them; just farmed them.
No,
That's it. That's an interesting idea.
I did
Um,
not think of that.
Prometheus. What do you mean, Chagrin? Doesn't Prometheus explain what? Um,
Yeah, everybody loves Boondock Saints.
yeah, The Boondock Saints is by far probably my favorite. Well, not by far, but it's one of my favorite movies. Probably Fight Club.
That's a good one.
Um, hmm. The original Clerks.
Ooh,
Yeah, right. um, no, actually, it does and doesn't explain the xenomorphs. So Prometheus partially explains it. It doesn't. Well, no, it does. It does. The original xenomorphs, yes, it does. But they've been altered from the originals. So the ones that you see in Alien, Aliens, and Alien 3 are not the original xenomorphs.
it's something you have to just watch the film for, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Okay. So far I've got three. What do you got?
Um, well, since you already did Boondock Saints, I can't do that one.
No, you can. We can share a favorite movie.
Well, I mean, we have so many that it's not really sharing. It's just some of the movies we love.
Yeah.
So if you already brought up that and we both love it, then I'll just bring up some other ones that you didn't bring up.
Yeah.
Um, I'm looking at my DVD collection right now, kind of skimming it.
I can't see I can see my DVD collection, but I can't read any of the things over there.
Okay,
Uh,
I'm gonna give some very controversial ones. One of my favorite movies is Basketball.
that's not that controversial. It's a dumb movie, but I get it.
I know some people who just as soon as they hear basketball, they just groan.
No, I get it. I don't. It's not mine, but I get it.
Then I really enjoyed From Paris with Love.
Okay.
Um, I'm just trying to think of movies that. Oh, Revolver. I fucking loved Revolver.
Mm-hmm.
And one I think you'd like, or you might be interested in watching. Have you ever heard of a movie called Bunraku?
No.
I fucking love that film. It's this whole like revenge story, and it's the idea that the world just blew itself up and now guns are outlawed.
Huh.
And it's a story. The two main protagonists are a samurai and a uh, cowboy, and their paths cross, and they're trying to take down the leader of the biggest gang on the eastern continent.
Hmm.
And
Interesting.
it was kind of like a very like indie film, and it's not super actiony, but I really enjoyed that film. It was amazing, in my opinion.
Yeah. Let's see. What else? I know there's some other really good movies out there that I can't think of them. You know what I mean?
No, I get it. It's just when you're put on the spot. I mean, Smoking the Bandit, obviously.
You know what? Okay, this is going to be really interesting. The original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie.
Wait, the one with the practical effects suits?
Yeah.
Ooh.
And for a reason that you would not think. You want the reason that I like it so much and I prefer it over any of the other ones is it's because it's more it has more adult themes in it. It's more thoughtful and
Yeah, it's a little more darker.
yeah, and I love that about it.
No, I get that aspect. It's just the overall of it gets me.
I don't know, I really liked it.
Oh, Thrax, have you ever seen Six String Samurai? Just curiosity.
Let's see, Star Wars Episode 4, X-Men and Indiana Jones. So, okay, by the way, I must point this out. Laura Bones, goth confirmed.
Oh yeah.
Her first one was The Crow.
Oh yeah, and then Hero right after that.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, I love Hero. That's a good movie. Yeah, Ip Man's fantastic.
Ip Man?
Also, if you're looking for a good movie, okay, you might not think it's a good movie, but check out Itchy the Killer.
There's 3 of those, by the way. Or no, there's 3 Ip Mans.
Yeah, I know.
You didn't know that before. I knew that, and I don't even watch them.
Blazing Saddles is, oh god, that's a fucking classic, yo.
So, okay. And then I can't really pick one out of this entire series because they all have their good points. But I'm going to say Friday the 13th, which I'm pretty sure Hateful's all on board with on that one. I'm not 100% sure, but it's probably one of my top favorite series. See, okay, so Thrax brings something up, and he says that he loves the Star Wars films, but not 7.
Not a lot of people. A lot of people didn't like so.
I like 7, and people were like, "Oh, well, they ripped off blah 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 blah." I don't care. It's a good movie. Don't care that they ripped whatever. Don't give a shit. You know what I mean? I liked it. I thought it was a fun movie. I thought the sci-fi was great. I just wish that they would have stuck with prior canon rather than what they have going now. Instead of trying to make up their own new canon. There was so much good old canon.
There was so much good in-depth canon. I didn't read a whole lot of them, but I read the backstory of like Qui-Gon Jinn and whatnot.
Yeah. So.
Also, Tropic Thunder. I like Tropic Thunder.
Yeah.
Also, I enjoyed Men Who Stare at Goats.
Really? I've heard that was bad.
Hey, I don't give a fuck.
So
I liked it.
So here's another one. The original Kick-Ass.
I've not watched that.
Okay, I think it's hilarious when you see a 12-year-old girl say the word cunt. And yes, she does. She cusses like a fucking sailor. It's great. I don't know. I'm saying a lot. When I can't think of things, I say way more than... Oh, I know. The original Dawn of the Dead is probably...
Oh, Watership Down.
What's that?
Sorry, I just had repressed memories come back.
What is Watership Down? I don't even...
It's a film about rabbits journeying to find a new home.
Oh, yeah. They talked about this on a stream with Jeff a couple days ago.
Oh, my God. Watership
Down. But, yeah, the original Dawn of the Dead.
Oh, that one's fantastic.
By far, one of the best zombie movies ever made.
Now the question is, fast zombies or slow zombies?
Okay, here's my opinion on this. Both.
I think we both have the same opinion. I think we talked about this before.
My opinion is both because a zombie, when it first reanimates, would be fast, but as they run or do whatever, they're going to slow down because in order
They're
for,
decomposing.
well, not even that. It's not even that. That's part of it, but that's not it. As when you go and you work out, the reason that your muscles are always sore is because you're actually tearing the muscles
Yeah.
and they repair. But the problem with zombies is they're just not going to repair. They're going to tear the muscles, but they're not going to repair the muscles. So they will eventually lose a lot of the muscle abilities in their legs and their arms and things like that.
Oh, Wendy. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry for you.
Thank you, Wendy. I'm sorry for you for him, but not for me. I'm amazing.
I'm a terrible human being.
That is true. And it's not even because of
Yeah.
what he posts on Twitter. It's just a true film. Or true film. Fuck my life, whatever. So, um, but no, so how do you feel about this?
How I've always seen it as I care more about the story than I care about Fast or Slow Zombies. Because Fast or Slow Zombies is basically like the environment. It's an environmental hazard that people have made. And due to that, it comes down to the plot of the movie. And I just thoroughly enjoy the original Dawn of the Dead. Now, some zombie movies they fail because they make it too much about like zombies themselves.
And
But
and they skipped the social commentary of the original Dawn of the Dead.
it,
Or okay, so the original Night of the Living Dead was racism. Then you have consumerism. The third one, which was Day of the Dead, was I believe it was about uh, uh, war and the military, things like that, um, which is what they set that on. And then um, what the Land of the Dead? What was the one for that? It was about um, the differences between the rich and the poor. All of them have their their points. You know what I mean? Their social commentary that really affects. Anyways, sorry, I totally just jumped in on that on you. Are you still there?
yeah, I'm still here. I was just listening.
Oh,
Uh, Warm Bodies was okay.
which one's Warm Bodies?
Warm Bodies was the one where it was where the zombie actually had thoughts.
Okay, and he lived inside of an old airplane or something.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was a pretty good movie.
because it actually had a plot.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, oh, we're fucking doomed. It actually had an interesting storyline.
Okay. So a lot of people do this, and they equate 28 Days Later with zombies. Those things are not zombies.
Yeah, they were just like it's like hardcore rabies, wasn't it?
It was some sort of rage infection. But those guys being fast until they're too weak to move really makes sense because they're still alive. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there was a there was a movie I saw a few years ago, and in my opinion, the worst zombie movie I've ever seen. It's called Gangs of the Dead. It was about a comet that passed over the Earth and made a bunch of zombies in LA. And these two gangs were inside of a warehouse, and they were about to fight, and then the zombies come, and I don't even really remember it beyond that. I just know it was a garbage movie.
That sounds like wait, Gangs of the Dead?
Yeah, Gangs of the Dead. It was bad.
See, I wasn't even paying attention. I was looking at I was looking up something real quick, and I just heard the premise of it. You know a bad movie's bad when you hear about the plot and you just instantly know the title without having to look at it.
Yeah. Okay. So the shift between voodoo zombies to virus zombies was actually the original Night of the Living Dead. That was the
Yeah,
first
that was
zombie
all
movie.
George Romero.
George A. Romero. That guy is a fucking genius. Um, Probably he is the godfather of the modern zombie movie.
Yeah, in the interesting thing about him is that he made essentially a new style, a new genre of film
Yeah, he
so
really
late in
did.
the game.
No, Night of the Living Dead was not zombies. That's not what they were called then. Wait, what do you mean they were ghouls? I mean,
Time to use the internet machine.
because that's where the premise for all of this starts was with that movie. That's when voodoo zombies became undead zombies. Well, okay, but here's the problem with that is like okay, if you read World War Z, those zombies try and find bugs and rats and mice and there's actually a point when it says that they saw in a satellite they saw this zombie digging for days until eventually it died or something. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. Okay. But I mean, zombies since that point have become they'll eat anything alive.
Yeah, essentially he sparked the catalyst for what zombies are today.
Yeah, that's what we're saying. It was that movie was what changed voodoo zombies from like the old movies like White Zombie and things like that. From that to the current iteration of zombie, which is the undead, eat brains and shit like that. That's where that shift happened. Was during that movie.
Yeah, yeah.
Still one of my most. I get what you're saying. That's not what it was, but that's what it is now. No, fuck you, hateful.
Now he's just digging into you.
I'm gonna, you know, whatever.
Sub is a little upset now.
Somebody's going in timeout. I am the king. I can do what I want.
Oh shit.
He's not going in timeout. I was just saying that. But no, it was a. Oh, hi, Hack. You've missed everything. Now we're probably going to be wrapping up here in like the next 5 minutes. We've been fucking streaming for an hour and a half.
Yeah. Yeah. You missed it all.
We've actually been doing an impromptu kind of Q&A type thing. So.
Which it's fun to answer questions.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, you remember that thing that we did a couple weeks ago where we talked about music?
Yeah.
Let's not do that again.
Why?
Because I've been listening to the same fucking music for the past month.
See. Well, the thing is, we don't have to just be about talking about music. We can just talk about like TV shows or when we finally watch something new.
I've been rewatching White Collar for the third time.
In all fairness, White Collar is fucking amazing. If any of you have not watched White Collar, absolutely give it a shot because it's phenomenal.
So,
and then after you watch that, if you've not watched Leverage, watch that next.
Skeleton Key. Wait, what is that?
Oh, wait. Was that one voodoo movie?
Fuck you!
I'm pretty sure it is. Well, it's fun.
Skeleton Key movie. I don't really remember this.
Excuse me. Oh yeah. It was a voodoo movie.
Yeah. Wait. Was that the one where they were the people would transport themselves into the younger bodies.
Yeah, that's not really a zombie movie.
No, it's not even a voodoo zombie movie. It's it was a voodoo flick, yeah, like Hateful says, but it's not.
No, no, she doesn't. She doesn't steal their ears. She transports them herself into the other person's body. They change consciousness.
Yeah, it's basically you transport. It would be like me transporting myself into a younger person, and that person into my body, which is why they always wait until they're to the point where they can no longer function, but not to where they're dead.
Yeah.
Well, the vegetative state is just a natural progression of the body wearing down as they get
Yeah,
older.
that's not necessary. I wouldn't even consider that like reanimation because they're still alive. They're just trading consciousness. They're just in a vegetative state. Otherwise, you could say anybody who's like catatonic is technically
A
in a
zombie.
vegetative.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was a very interesting idea for a movie.
Yeah, it really was.
I mean, essentially, that's the entire premise of Get Out.
The racist movie.
Yeah,
I haven't seen it yet.
I have not watched it. I just see. This is what I do. If I see a movie and I it just looks bad, what I used to do is I would just go on Wikipedia, wait till somebody finally gave through the whole plot, and just read the whole plot for it.
Why? Oh, because you're kind of interested in it, but you.
Like I want to know the story, but I don't want to sit through watching it.
Yeah, yeah. And Hateful, I agree. I was actually pleasantly surprised with that movie as well. Um, I've never lived in New Orleans, so I've never even been to New Orleans. Um,
Actually, at some point, I want to take a road trip down the Great River Highway,
what the
and
fuck is that?
it runs along the Mississippi.
Okay, so I've seen the Mississippi from an airplane. I drove from Savannah, Georgia to Memphis, Tennessee, and from Memphis to Flagstaff, and from Flagstaff back to Phoenix when I moved back when I got out of the Army. When I stopped in Memphis, my original plan was to stop in Memphis for the night, but I got there and it was only like 4:30, 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and I was like, fuck, I could keep going. So I kept going. I did not even get to see it because the bridge that I went over had walls that were too high to see the Mississippi.
Wow.
That is probably the biggest mistake I ever feel like I made is I drove through from Savannah to Phoenix in 2 days instead of taking 3 or 4 like I was originally planning.
Yeah, that sucks, man. But I can actually drive over to see the Mississippi. It's fucking massive.
Yeah, I know. I'm
It's
really disappointed in that I didn't do that. Um, so, oh,
but I would like to do a road trip all the way down the Great River Highway and then end it going to New Orleans.
uh, I'm gonna see if
And
this.
since there's air, since there's dead air, I guess I'll talk about some more movies I love. Actually, I'll talk about some obscure movies, I suppose, that I've watched over the years.
Well, actually, yeah, go ahead. What I was going to do is I was just going to see if I could find that list that I had earlier of all the movies coming out here soon. That way we can kind of talk about it a little bit. But go for it. Do your thing.
Huh?
Do your thing.
Oh, if none of you have really watched it, but you're a big fan of martial arts films, On Bak, it's probably not that obscure, but I really enjoyed the first one of On Bak. The other two movies are kind of way out there because they have nothing to do with the first one. You could watch On Bak 2 and 3 without ever having to
See the first one.
yeah, exactly. Then blah, blah, blah. Six String Samurai. It's just about this guy who it's a post-apocalyptic world, and he's trying to make it on the radio there in the post-apocalyptic landscape. And he wears a suit. It's this white guy. Wears a suit, broken glasses, and he just travels the desert with a guitar that has a samurai sword. Just completely. It's Tony Jaa. If you're wondering, Hateful. But he just walks across the place and just fights baddies, and he comes across a kid, and he has to end up taking care of this kid as he travels across the wasteland. And then there's Death Trance. Holy fuck, Death Trance. I have not watched that in a while. I may have to rewatch that at some point. That's also a post-apocalyptic movie set in this world where people use guns and swords all the time, and some people have combined guns with swords. And the whole premise of it is this guy named Grave who drags a coffin around with him, and is known as one of the biggest, the strongest fighters around. So everybody tries to challenge him to get reputation, but they all fail. And he has to drag this coffin to this place to get his wish granted. So it's him dragging this coffin around to get to the location so he can finally have his wish granted. And he fights all these people along the way. But it gets deeper than that, obviously.
Mm-hmm. So
it has one of my favorite fucking scenes. Actually, after we cut this off, I want to start up a rabbit real quick just so I can show you my favorite scene in that movie, Subby.
In which movie?
Death Trance.
Okay. So,
Grant, I think you're talking about A Gun for a Leg. That's Terror Planet. No, Planet Terror. Yeah, Hateful. Hateful knows what's up.
So, real quick, I'm going to be going to see Baywatch on Wednesday. Just throwing that out there. I don't know why. I don't know why I felt the need to tell you that.
Well, let me know how it goes, and then I'll maybe see you.
No, you're going to see it.
Fuck it, fine. I'll go see it.
We're both going to see it. It's going to be great. It looks hilarious, and you know it.
Oh no, I know, Hateful. I got you too, boo boo.
Planet Terror, is that the grindhouse?
That's the one where the chick from Charmed,
yeah,
has her leg cut off and placed the gun.
Yeah. God. Okay, so did you ever see what's that movie? The fucking Quentin Tarantino movie of that two-bit series.
What, Death Proof?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah,
garbage.
That movie sucked.
Garbage movie.
Planet Terror was pretty good though.
Yeah.
Planet Terror.
You know what? I didn't even see Planet Terror because I saw Death Proof first.
Oh, dude. Planet Terror is not bad. But the whole reason that I enjoy Planet Terror is because it gave rise to Machete.
Yeah. Well, and I understand it's it's that grindhouse attempt at grindhouse feel. I don't know if it succeeded, but Death Proof tried and it's fucking failed. Death Proof honestly should have been we sat around and talked about shit.
Yeah. It was terrible.
No, I have not watched that. That's actually I'm hoping to watch it tonight. So we have me and Tanuki's gonna have to watch it too. Me, Tanuki, and Hateful have gone on this quest. Me and Tanuki just joined it, and Tanuki does not have a choice to watch the most fucked up film ever made.
Yeah, because this is the first I've heard about me being dragged into it. But
we talked about it with Hateful last week.
Fine.
But to watch the most fucked up movie ever made, and we're gonna watch some pretty some pretty fucked up movies. It's gonna be great. Tanuki's gonna enjoy it.
Yeah, probably.
So,
any last thoughts?
Well, yeah, I kind of wanted to go over the schedule and just let the people know what's kind of coming up here in the next week or two. So Baywatch comes out this week. It comes out on Thursday, which means I can go see it Wednesday, which makes me very, very happy in my butthole. Um, and then on Friday, the new Pirates of the Caribbean comes out. What's that? I don't know. I'll have to watch that later. But and then the week after that is Wonder Woman. So June 2nd is Wonder Woman. That's when that comes out. So we'll probably do one. We'll probably do an episode that Sunday.
Hopefully.
Well, I'm what I want to try and do is I want to try and do this on Sundays every week because it's the one day that I have off. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get you.
And it makes it easier for me to do. So we've got Baywatch and Pirates this coming weekend.
Yeah, Hateful. Flowers in the Attic. Oh yeah, that's a family friendly movie. You should definitely take your kids to go see that.
And then June 9th is it's gonna be bad. It's The Mummy. It's gonna be bad.
Yeah, you heard how interested we were talking about it today, so.
But then we have a week off. And then actually we'll have 2 weeks off but one of those weeks we may not, well, we'll actually be doing if we can swing it. I got to talk to Base Mama about whether or not I'm going to be able to bring my computer with us. And if I am, we may be doing a live action Radical Tangent episode at VidCon.
Live action.
Yes, it's going to be live action. There's going to be lots of, devil on Tanuki action.
Movies. A lot of kung fu noises in it.
Well, there's going to be some sort of noises.
Base Mom will probably be sitting on my lap the whole time.
But I'd like to see about trying to do some sort of live version of this show, even if it's not actually like. The only problem that I think that we're gonna have is we're gonna be right across the street from VidCon. Like we're gonna be able to walk there within 5 minutes. There's gonna be a lot of people streaming that entire week. The Wi-Fi is gonna be shit. So what we may end up having to do is just record, and we'll just put it out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we may do a pre-recorded one.
Oh no! See, Hateful, I don't think you realize that the plan is actually to get on the YouTube Saints that week.
Yeah. I'm gonna fucking mad dog Jeff the whole time I'm there, and just give him the fucking crazy eye.
And don't forget to bring your mask so that way you can actually be on cam.
Yeah.
My face will actually be out there come VidCon. My face is already out there. There are some people that know what I look like. Because I went to Jeff's first meetup in Portland on January 1st, or December 31st this past year, and he put my name out there with my face, and there's a clip of me out there somewhere. I don't even care. I'm putting my face out there. It's going to be attached to the show. I don't care. In fact, actually, I do want to say hi. One of the ladies that I work with actually subscribes to us.
What?
Yeah.
She listens to our retarded asses?
Well, she does now.
Alright.
So, hi.
Hi.
She asked, I just mentioned that I was on a podcast, and she asked what it was, because this is the type of stuff that she listens to. So
well, I hope you enjoy it.
She probably hasn't made it this far.
She's going to be disappointed.
She's going to be very disappointed.
Anyways.
In me, specifically. She doesn't know you, so she doesn't have to be disappointed. Shut the fuck up! Can you hear that?
Yeah.
Is it loud?
Yes. Not loud enough for like it to interrupt anything, but it's loud enough that I can hear it decently.
Yeah. Unfortunately, yes, I do. Oh, God. See, you know what? At least
Chagrin, you say that, but you fucking love me.
the funny thing is, you know, they're saying your disappointment, which means they love me.
Then why am I always on the streams with peoples?
The show is over. Yeah, well, why don't you bitches ever fucking invite me into shit or something? Not just the bitches, but the dicks too. Although the dicks don't really do any streaming too much. So Thrax, I think, has been on like one stream as far as I know, somewhere. I don't even know. I didn't see it. And Hateful, as far as I know, has never been on a stream. So, anyways, let's do we want to just call it now? And
yeah, we'll call it. Thank you all for coming.
Yeah, thanks for coming and listening to us bitch about movies and then ask us questions and shit. We may have to do a Q&A section at the end of every episode. We'll have to talk about that later. So
yeah, we'll see if it fits the format.
Yeah. Okay, guys. Well, no, we don't have a format. The format is not our thing. All right, guys.
Chagrin, that's a lie. You love me and you know it. Anyways.
All right, guys.
I hope you all have a wonderful evening.
Yes. Thank you for showing up and visiting with us. And we will see you guys again in a day or two when we do a live game thing with sex and stuff.